I've always had a lot of love for the Bioshock series, as many of us do, but replaying these 3 games back to back has really heightened that love, even with the sour moments. Everything to say about these games has already been said and talked about to death, and I doubt I can bring or will ever bring anything of extra value to that conversation. As I write this, I'm thinking, why the hell are you making a video on these games then? Honestly, I don't know. I love these games so much, and I just want to talk about them and share my recent experience with these games, mainly because I hit a big milestone. I've only just started streaming on Twitch, though what seems like an accident. I'd been off work due to fracturing both my arms in a bicycle accident. Even though I was in a lot of pain, I couldn't sit around and feel useless. So I did what I know best and came up with some ideas on what I could do while I was off. So I had this crazy idea to set myself a project, which was, what would be my brand if I was a streamer? So I did that, and I liked it so much, I thought, why the hell not? Let's do this. So I did. I play games like Destiny 2, Animal Crossing, Control, which I need to talk about this game one day because I've got a lot to say about it, Metro, Last Light, and Exodus, movie reviews, and old James Bond games, First Night Fire, and then Everything or Nothing, and that's where Bioshock comes into the picture. At this point, I have only been streaming for a month, and my followers were growing, and it looked like I was about to hit affiliate, which I never thought I would. And if so, not for a long time. But here we are playing Bioshock 2 and I hit affiliate, and I didn't even bloody realise. So I started my playthrough of 007, Everything or Nothing, and I kept experiencing controller input issues. So I thought, screw it, let's play Bioshock, which was a blessing in disguise, as I believe as playing that series helped me towards hitting affiliate. And while I'm here, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who helped me get there. It means more than you can ever know. So I just want to say thank you to It's Livio Thar 4, Hand Grenade 37, Smackers Gamer, Shock Hunter, Bromo Ranger Go, Maya X Helena, and Steve. Or Jim, or Job. His name's up in the air, we don't really know. He's a mystery. You have all been absolutely awesome, and I just want to say a massive thank you again. Like, you guys have really helped me out, thank you. And if you could go give them some love, that would be awesome. And so have all my followers and subs. Thank you so much. I really do mean that. Anyway, let's get on to Bioshock and start off with the first game. As of writing this, I haven't finished playing through Infinite yet, but obviously I would have by the time this video comes out. Why am I even saying this, as I'm just wasting time at this point? Aren't we all just wasting time though? Trying to distract ourselves from our ever-approaching demise? No, Josh. Save the existential crisis for another video. Sorry, that sounded better. A better joke in my in the script, but I'm going to keep it in. Right, Bioshock. Bioshock 1 sees you, a short lad called Jack, having a cheeky plane crash in the middle of the ocean. And oh look, a lighthouse for your salvation. You swim over to it and open the door. And this poor lad's life is about to change for, well, the worst. Like, how can this guy's life get any worse? As he walks into the lighthouse thinking his life is saved, and oh no, he's greeted with a massive Olympian statue with a massive banner saying, "No gods, no kings, only man." So you make your way down into the lighthouse, into this capsule, and that's where the journey begins. The game literally drowns you in atmosphere and sends you to another world within our own, called Rapture. And it's beautiful. And you think, maybe it's not all so bad. Then you dock, and the first thing you see is a murder from some crazy chick with some glowing hooks, who then starts to try and tear the capsule apart, for you to be like, oh fuck, and then you hear, would you kindly pick up that short-range radio? From a friendly voice that introduces you to the world, and you go deeper and deeper into this world. And I think everyone knows what happens, spoiler-wise. But if you don't, I don't think I'll go into it. As I said before, it's been talked about to death, and I really can't add anything to it. But it's absolutely awesome diving back into this world. And straight away I was like, I love this game. The atmosphere, the world building, the game does it incredible. It's a scary world, but somehow you survive in it. The game's pacing is fantastic. You always find out new details about the world you're in at regular intervals, and there are voice recordings to help you along that are dotted around the environment. What is great about this game is that the last time I played this was in 2007, and a lot of it was still fresh in my head, but a lot wasn't either, which was amazing as it felt like I was playing these games again for the first time, which is a feeling I had across all 3 games, As I've been thinking recently, I'd love to be able to experience movies and TV shows again for the first time. But with the Bioshock series, I managed to get that feeling. It always walked a thin line between being close to deja vu and experiencing something new. That's probably why I love playing this game and the others in the series again so much. What a rare feeling to have. The second game is a tricky one for me, as you're back in Rapture 8 years after the events of the first game, but this time you play as a Big Daddy, one of the kind of enemy types you fight in the first game. I don't want to say they are of an enemy type, but you can choose to fight them. Which is actually a big mission in the first game where you have to become a Big Daddy. And this is one of the reasons why Bioshock 2 isn't my favourite game in the series. It's made by a different studio and the atmosphere isn't there. I feel like it's mainly due to the sound design. The only way I could explain it is that it felt empty. And it just feels like a DLC that's far too long. And if this was a DLC for the first game and it was shorter, it would have been a really cool add-on. But no, this is a full game. The game does some really cool and fantastic improvements to the gameplay, such as dual-wielding plasmids and weapons, better hacking, and more interesting weapons and upgrades to use. But that doesn't save it for me. It takes 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. By no means do I hate this game. It was great going back into the world of Rapture and getting to learn new things about the world, especially with the little sisters. The game actually gets far more interesting and enjoyable 3/4 of the way in. And that's where I had the most fun, but at this point I was ready for the game to end. Now for Bioshock Infinite, the third game in the series. Now this hits oh so different and so familiar at the same time. With this one, the game starts out with you arriving at the lighthouse to find a girl to wipe away your debts. And you make your way to the top of the lighthouse and you get there and you have to enter a code on some bells, and then this happens. Ooh. Oh, that is so sick. I forgot about that. Wow. Imagine seeing that happen. Like, you would fucking shit yourself, wouldn't you? I love to see. I literally would love to see something like that. That is so cool. Which is so fucking dope. Anyways, the door opens and you sit down in a chair, which seems a bit too kinky for my liking. And the game literally shoots you through the atmosphere of the game to arrive at our new destination, Columbia. And just like that, you're fully immersed into the game. And all I kept thinking is, I'm in love again. The highs like this literally never happened to you in the second game. And I ain't even trying to make a pun there. The game is gorgeous. The game actually takes you to a heightened level of existence. And you fully buy into it, like you're being indoctrinated into a cult. And I was fully submissive to it. But as many as you know who have played this game, that moment is soured shortly afterwards. And it turns out all these people are racists, who worship the founding fathers of the United States of America. Which is such a cool concept in itself. And even though the world is a polar opposite of Rapture, it's still filled with psychos. On the subject of worlds being polar opposites, when you enter Rapture, it's already been destroyed and it's fallen apart. But with Columbia, the world hasn't gone to shit. It's a world that's lived in and is bursting with life, with children spinning around in circles for fun, and celebrations going on. And if it wasn't for the people being, well, bigots, this would have been paradise. I was going to talk about how I wanted a Bioshock game that includes the elements of all these 3 games, as all 3 games have pros and cons. Like Infinite felt like more typical first-person shooter from the roots of the first 2, which was more of a survival shooter. Literally looking through bins for anything to help me get further through the game, which isn't a bad thing. I still loved Infinite, as even though it changed from its original gameplay style, the atmosphere and storytelling was still there, which was missing from the second game, for me anyways. So I was playing Infinite thinking, I wish I could get a game that mixes the elements of all the good parts from all 3 games. And well, we actually got that for the DLC for Infinite Burial at Sea. Especially part 1. I don't want to spoil it because it's brilliant. You return to Rapture before shit went down. And it's basically what I wanted, Bioshock Infinite and the first game's survival elements together. And it was great. It had some of the good things that 2 brought to the table, and it just shows that the studio can do this. And the DLC is some of the best Bioshock I have ever played. I have never played it until recently, and it was so worth playing it. Please play this ASAP. Bioshock is a flawed series of games, but I had such an amazing experience playing them, and playing them on Twitch to an audience added to the experience. It's something I'll never forget anytime soon. These games meant a lot to me anyways, but they mean even more to me now. Playing these games on stream has made me realise what I want to do with my life. especially in the short term anyways, and that's streaming and content creation. It's mad to think if 007, Everything or Nothing, didn't glitch out on me so much, I might have not come to this conclusion. Hardly anyone knows this, but I hit a brick wall with my life. I had no idea what comes next. I knew something was coming, I just didn't know what. I know I needed a big change, but what was it? Now I know. It's something I can't fully commit to at the moment, but it's something I know I can work towards. And if it wasn't for that game bugging out and all your support, I wouldn't have realised that. And I just want to say a massive thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know how to repay you for helping me with that, but I will figure something out. Thank you all again, and I hope you enjoyed what I did here. If you want more, let me know. And now for the plug-in sections. If you want to watch my live streams, come follow me at twitch.tv/TinyJish. Keep being awesome, everyone. And thank you for watching. Take care, guys. Bye.